Good evening, gentlemen. You both see the instructions. I want you to obey the commands, protect yourselves at all times. Right now, everything below the letters here is going to be low. Everything below the letters here is going to be low. Tap it up. Here we go.
In an already amazing day in sports that's seen huge college football upsets and National League playoff baseball action, this is the most electrifying event of all. Sold out Madison Square Garden. Triple G's debut on pay-per-view. Middleweight title on the line. Two monster punchers. It just doesn't get any better.
And this crowd is excited. They're cheering everything. 20,548. The official attendance in the Garden tonight. And here we go. Any one punch could end this fight at any moment. Both are lights-out punchers. Головкin landing a jab early on.
Doing a good job of using that jab to get distance, to make the stronger puncher deal with that jab first to get beyond it.
And it's a big difference in the two fighters because Lemieux isn't much of a jabber. He works mostly with his power shots. And Головкin does have a jab, one of the best in the sport.
First time we ever seen him come out and use it this much, but it's a perfect opportunity for him to, because he's a boxer puncher fighting against a strictly puncher.
Well, Lemieux has a puncher's chance. That's his best chance. And we've seen Головкin hit. He's there to be hit at times.
He's not taking any chances to get hit so far in this first round.
He's using his jab to keep David Lemieux at bay, and so far Lemieux hasn't tried anything to get him past the jab and into Головkin's wheelhouse. Lemieux reaching with a body shot, reaching with another body shot, and not getting there. Головkin has established space with that jab, and he's not letting Lemieux in. Jab, jab, jab.
It's like an experienced fighter against a guy who can fight, but not really the best at boxing. Use that jab, make him negate that first.
CompuBox numbers show that over the course of his career, Головkin is one of the three most prolific jabbers in the sport, along with Vladimir Klitschko and one other fighter. He lands his jab at a constant rate.
Головkin has one-punch knockout power, but he's methodical in the application of his power and frequently boxes carefully in the early rounds, especially here against Lemieux's power.
Careful first round for Головkin, but an effective first round so far as he's landing his jab, and Lemieux hasn't landed much of anything. Jab, jab. Головkin sticking it into Lemieux's face and keeping him back. Jab, right hand. Lemieux missing again. It's all Головkin early.
Well, he's trying to take Lemieux out of the fight early by backing him up with that jab, making him fight uncharacteristically of himself. He's used to being the attacker, the stalker. Right now, Triple G is trying to stalk him to make him feel less dominant in the ring.
Tremendous concentration by Головkin, and you see the amazing number already from CompuBox. He's landed more than 20 jabs in the round.
Lemieux may already feel that he has to load up on the home run left hook. He's done it once.
Right hand to the body by Головkin. Hasn't really tried to get close. Lemieux finally lands a body shot. Another body shot for Lemieux. But all in all, a Gennady Головkin round dominated by his second.
Go on the defensive. Go on the defensive.
Lemieux's French-Canadian trainer, Mark Ramsey, has been his trainer ever since the first loss of his career against Marco Antonio Rubio. That was when he broke his relationship with Russ Anber and brought in Ramsey. And the general consensus is he's been a better fighter since then. Головkin lands a right hand. Головkin lands another right hand. Lemieux trying to be more aggressive in this round, lands a jab, and gets inside for the first time.
You got to be careful because Triple G is throwing some big shots between his punches, and those are the ones that do the most damage.
Hooking off the jab, lands that, jabs again, lands that. Landed 26 jabs in round one, which is simply colossal.
So far, the difference in the fight is Головkin's boxing skill.
Of course, we knew that.
Yep, he's outclassing him with his skill, and Lemieux has to figure out a way to land his power by hook or by crook. Preferably by hook.
The first body shot from Triple G will be interesting, too.
Look at the jab and the accuracy with which Головкин is landing it. Right hand. Lemieux trying various ways of trying to get past the jab. Hasn't managed to do it with any consistency so far. You wonder how long Lemieux's confidence is going to hold up under this constant jab assault.
Yeah, that jab is killing his confidence by the second.
He's not missing.
It's not a normal jab Головкin throws. It's a jab that lands like some right hands.
Kind of like Kovalev's jab.
It snaps Lemieux's head back and disorients him.
Little left hook lands for Головkin. Jab lands. Right hand was blocked, but knocked Lemieux back a little bit anyway. Jab lands again. Jab lands again. Головkin almost caught him with a left hook there. And there's a hard shot from Lemieux. Right hand to the body. But biggest punch he's landed so far.
Головkin, it seems to me, was able to roll it with his shoulder and make it glance off.
They're really smart, showing some very good defensive tactics here. Головkin is. Better than we've ever seen this early in a fight before, I believe.
Now the question is, will a frustrated Lemieux begin lunging? In which case, Головkin might have a chance to catch him with a power shot coming in. Body shot by Головkin. Right hand lands. Right hand lands again. Knocks Lemieux into the ropes. Left hook for Головkin. Right hand lands again. Phenomenal accuracy. Unbelievable accuracy early on for the Kazakhstan.
Lemieux has never had to fight at this pace before in his life, I guarantee you.
Hard right hand by Головkin. Well, if the first round was good, this one was even better for Gennady Головkin. Over the years, watching CompuBox numbers, surely you've gotten a sense of what constitutes a truly great round. In round two, Gennady Головkin landed 43 out of 77 punches, 56%. Complete dominance of David Lemieux so far in the fight. But that doesn't mean Lemieux's out of it. If he can knock Головkin for a loop with any one shot, if he gets into position and lands.
Lemieux is trying to box responsibly against Головkin, but hard to imagine him winning a boxing match. He said that he's not going to load up against Головkin, and then laughed and said, or maybe I will. I have to see when I get in there. And pretty soon, it may be a good idea to load up against Головkin to at least give yourself a chance to land something big.
This is true, but also, Max, it's live by the gun, die by the gun. The best time for him to catch you is when you try to load up.
How many jabs can you eat before you begin to make bad decisions? Matthew Macklin was quite articulate on the subject of how difficult it is to think in the ring against Головkin with the pressure he puts on. Body shot by Головkin, right on the solar plexus.
Wonderful left to the body.
Lemieux's handling this very well so far, but he's getting hammered, particularly by the jab.
You got to give Lemieux a lot of credit too, though, Jim. Like you say, he didn't have to take this fight for his first title defense.
There's Lemieux trying to do it the right way, coming in behind the jab and throwing the right hand.
Well, for the moment, give Lemieux all the credit in the world, because no other high-quality middleweight wanted to do this.
That's my point. So I think it should be mentioned that he's in a fight that he didn't have to get into, one that he knows he was going to be the underdog coming into, but he's here trying to give it all he has, and he really wants to try to win it.
And he's earned a lot of respect from boxing fans for stepping up and doing what he's doing here. Головkin with good defense. Lemieux hasn't been able to pierce it so far. And that jab just keeps coming. Flowing like water. Body shot. Jab again. Jab again. Hooking off the jab. Tremendous left-hand work by Gennady Головkin.
When Lemieux is at his best, he fights in a more intrepid style than this, and Головkin has already taken that away from him.
With that jab.
A very calm David Lemieux agreed with us in the meeting yesterday. Yes, I see every reason to believe that Gennady's a better boxer than me, and yes, his amateur career is much deeper and prolific than mine. It's my job to make sure that none of that matters. So far, it matters.
Lemieux is starting to get a little more active.
Throwing more power punches in this round than has Головкин.
Well, he realizes he's going to get hit anyway, so he's saying almost, I may as well get me a punch or two in while I'm getting hit.
And again, Головкin smacks Lemieux's head back with the jab. Left hook. They traded left hooks. Both landed.
You see Gennady Головkin constantly working off of that jab, attack with the right hand, then it's just a jab. Jab to the face, jab to the face, jab keeping him at bay. Doing a wonderful job using that long jab to keep Lemieux out of punching harm so that Lemieux can't land a big punch on him and he can attack.
Very good round, though. Very good. Don't worry about that. You do what you got to do.
3 rounds so far. It hasn't been a slugfest. It's been a boxing match. And that's been tremendously to the advantage of the better boxer, Gennady Головkin, who has clearly won the first 3 rounds from David Lemieux. And you saw the calm in the corner, as Abel Sanchez said, keep doing what you're doing, and then we'll pick out the moment at which you're going to land the big shot. Harold, how do you have it through 3?
Look at Chip. I got it exactly the way you said. 3-0, 30-27, Gennady Головkin. Jim, I'm going to say something that you may say is totally stupid. You know what's bothering me about this fight? What's bothering me about this fight is I don't think David Lemieux's got a game plan. I mean, you got to have some game plan to fight Gennady Головkin. Either you're going to circle, or you're going to move in and get your shots off, or whatever. You got to have a game plan. He's walking in, and he's getting blasted by the left jab, and the left jab is setting up solid right hands, and Golovkin's murdering him. I mean, if I were fighting Головkin, I definitely would have a game plan. 3-0, Golovkin.
I think Lemieux has come into all the fights he's had so far, including his losses where he ran out of gas, able to impose what he does on his opponent. And he's not able to do that here because Головkin is a different class of fighter, as he's showing so far.
Maybe Lemieux had a plan coming in, and maybe that plan was disrupted by the fact that Головkin in the first 3 rounds has thrown jabs at 5 times the middleweight division average. 5 times the average of what middleweight fighters throw with the jab.
And that definitely is a game changer that will change anybody's game plan and make them think totally different of what they thought coming into the fight.
And the old adage is everyone has a plan until
they get hit. And talk about getting hit. There was the left hook, and Lemieux is hurt. And here goes Головkin, looking to finish already in round number 4. Hammers Lemieux with another left hook. Straight right hand up the middle. Left hook again. And here we go. And the Canadian star is hanging in. Hasn't been to the canvas yet, but Головkin is landing big.
Legs are getting weak, Jim.
Lemieux came in as an enormous underdog, and so far the fight's gone according to Hoyle.
Yeah, he's an even bigger underdog now, based on what we're seeing here. Now, everybody knows that Lemieux has the power to turn it around at any one moment, but Головkin is so thoroughly tactically in control that it prompts Harold Letterman to say, for instance, I don't even think Lemieux has a plan. Uppercut. What a round. Better in
He sees the skills of Triple G. He throws a beautiful left hook while blocking a beautiful left hook at the same time. Lemieux threw his without defense, but Triple G threw his with absolute marvelous defense at the same exact time.
I'm sitting here giggling because you just don't see it. You know, I mean, that's just, you don't see it. That's colossal. Round 5. Gennady Головkin has thoroughly dominated the first 4 rounds. There's a mouse under the right eye of David Lemieux. No doubt the product of a Головkin left hook.
Lemieux does not seem capable of setting traps to get his punches home. He's going to have to throw caution to the wind at some point.
Maybe too late by the time he does that, Max.
Головkin with responsible defense, good balance, a jab which is working perfectly, landed some power shots in the last round that ruffled Lemieux. It's taking on the aspect of a potential gradual beatdown. But of course, again, Lemieux could turn it around because of his enormous power. Hard right hand for Головkin.
Get hooked to the back of the head by Lemieux, too.
And by the way, we haven't even mentioned referee Steve Willis. Haven't said his name yet. Which is a credit to both fighters because there have been no clinches, no holding, nothing unusual. They're just firing away.
Keep your head straight. All right.
Oh, good uppercut.
Jab, uppercut combination. Hard right hand by Lemieux. Best punch of the fight so far. Landed on Головkin's cheek. Gives Lemieux a little confidence. Tries to come in again. And Gennady rips him with a left hook. Vicious body shot with the right hand. Hard left upstairs. Left jab. Головkin punishing Lemieux for hitting him with a right cross.
With that jab, big time.
Головkin's able to take those shots well because he keeps his chin tucked. So most of the shots that he's hit with, if he's hit cleanly, are higher on the head, on the cheekbone, and not on the chin, which is, of course, the knockdown button.
Also able to take punches well because he's never out of balance.
That's exactly right, Jim. His feet are always spread, always set to accept or give punches.
Abel Sanchez has taught Головkin as a mnemonic to constantly keep his shoulders balanced, and says if you remember to keep your shoulders on a flat plane, then your body will never tip over too much to one side or another, and your feet will always be solid underneath you.
Oh, that body shot early, Jim.
Down goes Lemieux, and Головkin hit him once while he was down.
6, 7, 8. You all right? Baby, you all right? Are you okay? You're sure?
First knockdown of the fight, and Lemieux is lucky that there are only a few seconds left in the round. That was only the second time in Lemieux's entire career that he's been knocked down. First one was by Marco Antonio Rubio, and Gennady Головkin did.
Here you see Triple G just like Chocolatito, head, then followed by a beautiful body shot, left body shot to the liver, and you saw him go down, but this was a bad punch. I would have got disqualified for that punch.
That's right. You already did get disqualified for that punch against Montel Griffin.
Might have got banned from boxing for that.
But for Головkin, there's no penalty because he's too beloved, right?
He's Triple G, got Apple commercials, so he's good.
And he hit Lemieux after the bell. And I don't think either one was dirty. I think they were both kind of instinctual, following up on his advantages, but it tells you Головkin's mentality here. He knows this is the fight that is the door to superstardom, and he wants to take advantage of every little opportunity.
And he's fighting with supreme concentration, absolute devotion to the task, and has been tremendous so far. Now, how discouraged is Lemieux after the knockdown? Only the second time in his career he's tasted the canvas. There's another hard right hand by Головkin. Lemieux backs into the ropes. Jab, jab, right cross.
Keeping that pressure on him, Jim.
Hard left hand by Lemieux. Landed his money punch right on Головkin's chin. And that momentarily shook up Gennady Головkin.
And gave him a little confidence. And that may have taken it right back.
Now Lemieux starting to throw caution to the wind increasingly when he realizes it's his only chance. And as Roy said earlier, it may be too late.
Lemieux lands another left hook. As he becomes more aggressive, he gets a chance to land a couple of power shots. But of course, he's coming into harm's way and giving Головkin the chance to land power shots also. There's the left hook to the body again. Didn't catch him quite the way he did the first time.
Lemieux showing some heart though, Jim. Most guys don't bounce back off of a good body shot like that and fight this strongly afterwards.
Many would feign a knockout after being hit when they were already down in order to try to win by disqualification.
Like Montel.
6,
somewhere Montel is watching and saying, no, I didn't do that.
We good now.
You got him back.
Yeah, we got him
Right
back.
hand by Lemieux.
That's why I said we good now.
I thought.
We've seen this from Головкин before. He seems, his concentration seems to wane after he's taken control of a fight.
Well, that was a good body shot by Lemieux just then, though.
Might have been low, but it was a good idea.
Yeah, it was a wonderful idea.
And generally, Головkin becomes more hittable after scoring a knockdown, when he's following up on his advantage and feels more secure.
He could win the fight solely with his jab.
Yes, he could.
He could dominate 12 rounds and win a unanimous decision with his jab. But he wants to knock Lemieux out.
Just who he is.
Another big left hook lands for Lemieux. Головkin showing you he's got that chin.
He's promised a big drama show. That doesn't happen by itself.
Uppercut for Lemieux. Головkin catches him coming in with a left. Catches him coming in with a left again.
Oh, good up.
And a right hand uppercut to punctuate the round.
Some hard on Lemieux.
Here we go.
Round 7 begins. We're halfway through the fight. Harold, how do you have it so far?
Okay, Jim. I got it 60-53, 6 rounds to nothing. Gennady Головkин. Hey, Jim, does anybody here get the impression that David Lemieux should have cut his hair before this fight? It seems that his hair's going into his eyes. I mean, you know, it's hurting his vision. In any case, he doesn't make it. Gennady Головkin keeps working that left jab. Beautiful left jab, right hand combinations. He gets an extra point for the knockdown in round number 5. He's thoroughly ahead in this fight, 6-0, Головkin.
Harold, you see the hairstyle. You see that Lemieux is regarded as model handsome. That hair is important to him. That haircut is important to him.
Not if it's costing him the fight.
I agree with Harold. The hair is getting in his eyes at times. I don't know if it would have made a difference so far. His face is starting to be busted up.
Big time.
Well, Golovkin's landed 209 punches by CompuBox count in the first half of the fight. If the middleweight landed 209 punches in 12 rounds, that'd be regarded as pretty good.
I just want to look at you, man. I just want to look at you. Look at his nose. Yeah. Just want to make sure. Just make sure. Come on, Dave. Okay. Okay. Good.
Blood coming from Lemieux's nose. Possibly it's broken.
Lemieux's a guy who believes in his power. He's not looking for a way out here.
Not at all. Good hook by Triple G.
Right hand over the top by Triple G. Lemieux had a lot on the missed left hook.
That jab is killing Lemieux's nose.
And ruining his concentration. As I said early in the fight, how many jabs can he eat and continue to remember the task and what he's supposed to do?
Good body
shot by Lemieux with the right hand.
Oh, good hook by Lemieux.
Yeah, that was a 2-3, a right hand followed by a left hook, and then another one.
Hard right hand by Головkin. Lemieux is hurt against the ropes.
Turn Lemieux sideways.
Gennady's got him cornered. Another right hand lands. Not hard.
Lemieux is making this a fight, I'll tell you that, Jim. He's not laying down for nobody.
He's taking a terrible beating.
Yeah, the referee wants to stop it.
Steve Willis watching very closely. But out of respect for both fighters, it's hard to imagine there'll be a premature stoppage. I think Lemieux will be given every chance to stay in the fight.
You have to get in the fight first.
He's in the fight, Max. He's landing punches at will now. It's just a matter of can he land a real sharp one or a good one to change anything around. He's in the fight.
But he can't get away from the jab.
He's in the fight.
For David. There was a brace of doctors leaning into David Lemieux's corner between rounds, watching him, trying to figure out whether there's a reason to stop the fight, but no stoppage so far as we go into round 8 with Головкин on Harold Letterman's unofficial scorecard, having won every round so far. He's about 40 landed punches away from landing more punches than he's ever landed in any of his 33 previous prize fights. So he is making a target of David Lemieux.
Hat still goes off to David Lemieux, though, because a lot of us never expected Lemieux to last this long with such a big puncher as Triple G, and he's been doing a great job of surviving, not only surviving, but having chances with those big punches that he's throwing.
Right, I don't know that he's in the fight, but he remains apparently dangerous and is able here and there to land something on Gennady.
Well, he's been shown a form of respect in that Головкин is relying on the jab more than any other punch and more than ever before. He's already broken his own record for landed jabs in a fight. He's boxing much of the time instead of slugging away. All of that is a form of respect for David Lemieux's punching power.
If Gennady sets his own personal record for punches landed against a fighter, in a sense, that fighter's the toughest guy he's fought.
Exactly. Good right hand.
Hard left hook. Hammered Lemieux. Good right hand by Lemieux, but the uppercut by Головkin drives him back into the ropes. The body shot hurt him again. Steve Willis is going to stop the fight. Technical knockout for Головkin in the 8th.
It's a one-sided, lopsided mismatch beatdown, and Lemieux earned this date tonight. He beat some good fighters to get here.
A tremendous performance by Gennady Головkin.
Yes, it was.
Is there a middleweight out there capable of putting him into the kind of drama?
Willing and ready to go. There the jabs. Caught a hook and still throw a beautiful overhand right, much like we saw him do in the fight with Gil. Take a big punch and land a bigger punch.
There's a body shot coming in here somewhere.
Triple G's on the attack right here. He throws that jab, beautiful overhand right. Another jab, right hand, left jab, another right hand.
We never talked about the footwork, Roy, the closing down the ring, but that's another big part of this.
That was the body shot, and there you saw him look.
Yeah, the body shot really
ended. And that's why the referee stopped the fight.
Yeah.
He should have taken a knee there if he wanted to continue, but his pride probably wouldn't let him go down.
Ladies and gentlemen, here at Madison Square Garden, referee Steve Willis has to step in and call a halt to the bout. The official time, 1 minute, 32 seconds of round number 8. The winner by TKO victory. The knockout streak continues now up to 21 consecutive KOs. His record 34-0, 31 knockouts. And he is now the unified IBF, IBO, WBA, interim WBC, middleweight champion of the world, Dame Gospoda, Gennady Gennadyovich, Triple G.